Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Music Theory Foundations. Today, I wanted to show you a couple of practical examples of using chord inversions when learning to play a song. I will use piano-specific language every now and again, but know that inversions like this apply to other disciplines as well, such as guitar or composing. Our first example today is the classic Happy Birthday. In its simplest form, the song Happy Birthday has only three chords: C major, G major, and F major. Most of these are simple enough to play in the root position as they move about once per measure, giving you 3 beats to change between chords. What I want to look at is specifically right at the end of the song where you have but 1 beat to change between G major and C major. That can be a pretty big change to make in the space of 1 beat if I play them both in root position. So now the question becomes, how do I use chord inversions to make this easier? Here are the steps I go through. First, identify all of the different notes in the 2 chords you are working with. Second, see if there are any notes in common. If not, there is no step 3. If there are common notes, then third, keep playing the common note and fill in the rest of the notes in your chord. So in the case of G major to C major, G major has the notes G, B, and D, while C major has the notes C, E, and G. Both chords have G in them. So then I will keep playing G and play the other 2 notes in a way that will make it easier to get to C major, perhaps in the order of B, D, G, for instance. A couple of things to note. First, it is important that I did not change any of the notes in G major. I just reordered the notes. G, B, and D are all still represented. Second, this is not the only solution to this problem. Instead of reordering G major, I could have reordered C major to look like this, and still keep the common note G right where it is. Another song I've been practicing chord inversions with recently is Viva La Vida by Coldplay. On screen now are the chords to that song written all in root position. If you would like to try and discover some chord inversions yourself, feel free to pause the video and either work it out on some sheet music or on your instrument of choice. I'll talk through my process and show you what I ended up with now. After writing out the notes for the first 2 chords, I can see that they have no notes in common. This means that I'll have to move all of my fingers and change all of the notes. No chord inversions necessary. Between E flat major and A flat major, however, they both share E flat, so I kept that note between the 2 of them and ordered A flat major as C, E flat, and A flat. In other words, A flat over C, or A flat in first inversion. Then, between A flat major and F minor, we have 2 notes in common, those being A flat and C. So I can keep those 2 notes exactly where they are and change E flat to F to get my next chord. Finally, I have to complete the loop by going from F minor to D flat major. Once again, there are 2 notes in common, F and A flat, so I can change F minor to D flat major by changing C to D flat. It is important to note that once again, this is not the only right answer. There are quite a few different possibilities. You should try a couple out and see what works best for you. Figure out all of the notes in your chords, look for common notes, and then order the remaining notes in the smoothest possible way for you to be successful in playing them. This has been another episode of Music Theory Foundations. Thank you for watching. A like, share, and subscribe are always appreciated. If you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. I look forward to working with you to build your skills from the ground up.